welcome, this is Nathan and welcome back to another video. Today we're taking a look at a scenario where the UK has a civil war. Now the UK never really has had a civil war, it's just been collapsing really for the UK. Like they used to own like half the world, no quarter, like basically they owned nearly half of Africa. They owned Canada, they owned Australia, India, they owned Egypt, South Africa, Tanzania, Zambia, Zimbabwe. Why is, you know what, just leave it, I actually like that. So today we're going to be taking a look at a scenario where the UK has a civil war. So, obviously in recent times the UK has not been doing the best. So we're going to be going off that the people in the country are kind of fed up with the government not doing the best, and it will lead into a civil war. So let me just, I don't know why Ireland looks like a blob. So the UK breaks out into a civil war. Why is it not colouring in blue? There we go. The UK breaks out. Oh my god. So we have the UK breaking out. We have the UK breaking out into a civil war, and like straight away we have Scotland. It's gonna not declare, but Scotland's gonna immediately become one of the first rebellions to break away. So we have the people in Scotland rising up against the government in we have the Scottish rising. We have Scottish rebellion, and then we're gonna have a Then we're gonna have a kind of Cornwall Wales rebellion. So it will be split up. So we have Cornwall here, and then not all of Wales. It'll be more the Welsh-speaking parts. So then we have that rebellion, and we're gonna have the Irish separation one, which will basically just be all Northern Ireland. Feel kind of in. So I'm going to quickly draw up the borders of this. So obviously the English government's going to be kind of confused what to do. So let's just get into this. Straight away, what do I call this rebellion? Well, straight away, the Scottish rebellion is going to make some pretty good gains into England, but it's not going to be enough to really knock England out. These rebellions are going to kind of seep down the coast a little bit. Seriously, they're going to seep down the coast just a little bit, but they can't really do much because they're rebellions. The Welsh, I'm just going to call it, I don't know what to call it, but this rebellion is going to link up with each other, and they're not going to be able to do, this Cornwall Welsh rebellion isn't going to be able to do much, because, it's Wales, but it's Wales and Cornwall, they're not very strong. They are able to capture Cardiff, though, as well as Newport and Swansea, which is good for them. Speaking of not being so good, we have England. Speaking of going good, Scotland is able to capture Liverpool. Is able to sneak down around So it would be like out every single like English troop. Scotland and Wales make an agreement not to invade each other. Well, they don't really want to. So they meet up with each other and don't invade each other. But now the English government's going to be able to push back. They pushed back the Cornwall area and cut off support with Wales. Although Wales can just kind of go like that. And Cornwall is completely pushed out because they're not very strong. So pushing in is it's not going so well. We are bringing them in, I'll push it up a little bit in Scotland, but Scotland's a pretty powerful rebellion. And for Northern Ireland, they're just chilling. It's time to take a look at some support countries. I'll just quickly draw them up. So taking a look at support countries, we can see that France, Germany and Portugal, some of the UK's biggest allies, are obviously supporting the UK. Kind of senior. Ireland is supporting Northern Ireland, which I don't see. It makes sense why they're doing it. We have Portugal. We have Spain for some reason supporting Wales and Cornwall. The USA and Canada don't risk supporting, as well as Russia, China, India, because that could lead to a big war. So it's just these guys. So yeah, now that we've seen support countries, it's time for the rebellions to keep going. Wales is able to make a pretty good gain against the English government, as they managed to, oh for God's sake, they're able to like kind of kick back a lot of the English troops. Although this did come at a cost, as they lost Cardiff, Newport and Swansea. But it was a good game because it was near London. Scotland is completely just... Oh yeah, there's no support for Scotland, by the way. Well, nobody's supporting Scotland. The only country I could really see supporting Scotland would be Italy or Poland. Well, I don't see that happening. So Scotland's doing their own thing, but they are pretty strong. Honestly, the English government doesn't know what to do. So we have Scotland being able to push back the English, and yeah, this is not going too well, is it? What is going well is just England just completely destroying Wales. Like, Wales doesn't even have a chance here. Wales is pushed back all the way out, and they are pushed back so much they are pushed in. We have Wrexham being captured, which is the capital of this rebellion. And looks like the Purple Rebellion is not going to be able to last much longer, as we have Cornwall now getting invaded by the English. Now Cornwall's getting invaded by the English army. But out of nowhere, Spain decides to join this war. Hang on. Spain decides to join this war on the side of these rebellions. The Welsh Rebellion. And Ireland doesn't do really anything. Ireland just kind of is... Ireland and England just kind of say, well, we're kind of busy dealing with this, so we're going to make a deal with you, we're not going to invade you or anything. And Ireland accepts this, as well as the Irish Rebellion. So England says, we're gonna let you have Northern Ireland because we don't want it. So yeah, with Spain now joining the side of with Spain joining the side of the Welsh Rebellion, that's gonna set off some fires, because France just joined the war. France joins the war, and Spain realises they made a big mistake. So, as well as we also have Portugal joining the war, as they had British troops in their country for some reason. So yeah, Spain's not going to do well here. Not lying, they will be able to push back some countries, but it's not going to go in their favour. So we have Spain immediately sending some troops into Portugal to try and knock them out of the war as quick as possible. Although that doesn't go very well. The rebellions up here gain a little bit more strength as Spanish troops were coming up here, and Cornwall's able to kick the English out. But with Wales, it's a bit tougher because the Welsh army is good here. So we have Wales successfully kicking them out, but not all the way. And we kind of have England like trying to not focus on these rebellions and let them do their thing. They have a way bigger threat up here to Scotland. But with French troops now starting to go to Spain and probably not around the war, I don't know how much longer this guy will last. So yeah, the Scottish rebellion is getting kind of kicked in the butt. Well, that's until they do the kicking and manage to encircle a big English army as well as pushing down here. They are very close to capturing Newcastle, and this English area is kind of just killed. So yeah, this English army is not completely out of the war. And remember how these guys were doing well? Well, they're not. With Spanish retreating, it kind of just leaves this rebellion to die. And within the next week or so, we have Wales being completely captured as well as Cornwall. So yeah, Spain is just left now. And yeah, French and Portuguese troops are now arriving in England, and Scotland's getting pushed back like crazy. Scotland's army is not even ready for this. The Scottish army is literally overrun with probably a few 100k troops at this rate, so they are completely pushed out. And they are now getting pushed in as they just lost Glasgow and Edinburgh. So that's basically it for Scotland. For the next coming weeks, the French armies are the French, English and Portuguese army are enough to basically take Scotland out. Scotland is forced into surrendering. And Spain's the only one left who we haven't seen for a while, but Portugal completely kicks them out, and that's a big O for Spain because that was a pretty important front they had to hold. But French troops just kind of say, "Hey, shoot down, capture Madrid." Yeah, that it's not pleasant right now. This isn't taking place within weeks. This is just taking place within months. But Spain has literally no chance against France, Portugal, and England, or should I say the UK. So Spain surrenders within the next coming months, and it's time to take a look at this peace treaty. By the way, Germany never got involved. So in the peace treaty, there's not many changes because it was a civil war. But we can see in the peace treaty that Ireland was kept a promise and they get Northern Ireland. And the rebellions that existed in Wales and Scotland are no longer there. They're gone, as well as Cornwall. And for Spain, they didn't get the treatment very well. The UK is given this... UK is given this exclave, which I honestly don't really like. Portugal is given Galicia and a little bit of Andalusia. France is given all of Catalonia, as well as whatever this area is called. And yeah, that's it for what if the UK had a civil war. I really hope you enjoyed this video. The 50th special video is in the works, probably take a while to come out. But anyway, that's it for the video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!